Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Stoic Wisdom today. What do you do when the pain doesn't go away? What keeps you moving when life knocks you flat? How do you hold on when everything feels like it's falling apart? Let's begin with something raw, something real. Life hurts, not always, but when it does, it can feel like a storm you never saw coming. A phone call in the middle of the night, a goodbye you didn't expect, a diagnosis, a failure, a betrayal. Sometimes it's not just one big moment, it's the slow erosion of hope, the small disappointments that build up, the heaviness you carry in silence, loss, disappointment, pain. They're not mistakes in the system, they're part of being human. The Stoic doesn't deny this, the Stoic prepares for it. They expect pain, not because they're pessimistic, but because they know life is unpredictable. And then when it comes, they endure, not with fake smiles, not with numbing distractions, but by standing inside the storm and saying, "This won't break me. This is hard, but I am still here." Endurance isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about holding your ground when things are not. Today's episode is about that kind of endurance. Not just surviving pain, but walking through it with strength, with virtue, with a sense of meaning that hardship cannot take away. Let's begin. Part 1. Why pain overwhelms us. Pain hits hardest when we believe it shouldn't be there, when we think this wasn't supposed to happen. We tend to view pain as a personal failure, like it's some sign that we did something wrong, that if we had made better choices or been stronger or smarter, we wouldn't be in this situation. We feel isolated in our suffering, like no one else could understand it, like we're somehow alone in our weakness. But the Stoics teach us something radically freeing. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond. Epictetus. This changes everything. It reminds us that pain is not personal punishment. It's part of the human experience. Every person you admire has endured something they didn't think they could survive and came out stronger because of it. Pain is inevitable. Suffering, though, that part is optional. When we resist pain, we multiply it. We tighten against it, fight it, fear it. But when we accept it, truly accept it, something shifts. It's no longer the enemy. It becomes a teacher. It reveals what we value, what we're afraid to lose. And it offers us a choice: crumble or build. Pain becomes suffering when we fight it. It becomes power when we face it. The first step to Stoic endurance is this: stop wishing it didn't happen. Start asking how you will grow through it. Part 2. The Stoic definition of endurance. Let's clear up a myth. Stoic endurance is not about ignoring pain or pretending everything's okay. Endurance is not numbness, it's not detachment. It's not putting on a mask and walking through fire as if nothing touches you. True Stoic endurance is feeling the full weight of pain and standing anyway. It's moving forward, not because it feels good, but because it's right. It's choosing to stay aligned with your values, even when the world around you is in chaos. This kind of strength doesn't look like bravado. It looks like calm. It doesn't shout, it steadies. Marcus Aurelius, who faced betrayal, war, and illness, wrote, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." Simple, clear, and deeply powerful. But that quote doesn't mean he didn't feel. In fact, Marcus wrote often about his struggles, doubts, and exhaustion. But he endured with virtue, and that's the key. Stoic endurance is not about being perfect. It's about being principled. It's not about winning every battle. It's about showing up for the right fight, over and over again. To endure is to persist in alignment with your values, even when your body aches, your heart breaks, or your spirit feels worn. It's not dramatic, but it's deeply brave. Endurance, in Stoic terms, is the quiet commitment to live by your inner compass, especially when the storms come. This is the kind of strength that doesn't just survive adversity. It transforms you through it. Part 3. Practices to endure with Stoic strength. So how do we cultivate this kind of quiet, steady strength? The Stoics weren't just thinkers, they were doers. For them, philosophy wasn't about quotes on scrolls, it was about daily practice, daily battle, daily refinement of character. When life hurts, here are 5 timeless Stoic practices to help you endure. Acknowledge the pain without self-pity. Say to yourself, this hurts. That's not weakness, that's honesty. But don't add the second sentence, this defines me. That's where the spiral begins. You are not your struggle. You are the one navigating through it. There's dignity in being real without being ruled. 2. Ground yourself in today. One of the worst things we do in pain is time travel. We imagine the suffering stretching forever. But pain is most survivable when we return to the moment. Ask, what can I control right now? What step can I take today? You don't need to solve everything. Just stay present. 3. Repeat mantras that restore power. Words can carry weight, especially when you choose them deliberately. Try repeating, I can endure this. I've faced worse. Let this forge me, not fracture me. You're not tricking yourself. You're training your mind to respond with courage, not collapse. 4. Journal what this pain is teaching you. Pain isn't just something to survive. It's something to learn from. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try, what strength is this calling out of me? Some of your deepest insights will come from your darkest seasons, if you're paying attention. 5. Act with virtue, especially when tempted to escape. Pain tempts us to numb out, with food, with screens, with noise, with anything that dulls the sting. But the Stoic asks, can I still be honorable now? Every time you choose integrity over impulse, you harden your foundation. Even small choices matter. Endurance isn't loud, it's not flashy. But it's one of the most courageous acts you'll ever perform. One quiet decision at a time. Part 4. Stoic energy when life hurts. How does someone look, sound, feel when they are enduring pain the Stoic way? It's not about gritting your teeth or putting on a fake smile. Stoic endurance doesn't announce itself. It doesn't seek applause. It radiates something much quieter and much stronger. The Stoic in pain is soft on the inside but steady on the outside. Honest about their hurt but not ruled by it. Willing to cry but unwilling to quit. This kind of presence can be felt. You've probably met someone like this. They're calm in a crisis, clear in chaos, and quietly grounded in moments that shake others. It's not that they're superhuman. It's that their roots go deep. They've practiced, again and again, the art of showing up, of holding stillness, of not needing to prove anything while hurting. This energy doesn't come from suppression. It comes from integration. The Stoic doesn't deny their emotions. They acknowledge them, and then decide how to respond. They don't fake strength. They become strong by choosing their values over their impulses, by staying aligned even when nothing feels certain. And over time, this becomes a kind of gravity. You don't need to speak loudly when your soul is anchored. That's the Stoic energy when life hurts, calm, quietly unshakable. Not because the pain is gone, but because the person is centered even while walking through it. Part 5. Stoic phrases to endure the storm. When pain strikes, we don't always need answers. Sometimes we just need anchors, words to hold on to when everything feels like it's slipping away. The Stoics understood this. Their writings were filled with short, sharp phrases, not to escape life, but to face it. Here are 3 ancient Stoic quotes and 3 modern affirmations inspired by their spirit. From the Stoics themselves. 1. If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. Marcus Aurelius. Direct and grounding. If it can be faced, then face it. Complaints drain energy. Courage channels it. 2. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Anticipation often hurts more than reality. Don't let fear magnify what hasn't even happened. 3. Difficulties show a person's character. Epictetus. Pain isn't a detour, it's a mirror. It reveals your depth, your priorities, and your progress. Modern affirmations inspired by Stoic thought. 1. I can feel pain without becoming it. Your pain is real, but it's not your full identity. You can acknowledge it without being consumed by it. 2. This is hard, and I'm still capable. Difficulty doesn't erase your power. You're allowed to struggle and still be strong. 3. Every storm I endure, I carry with honor. Endurance isn't shameful, it's noble. What you survive becomes part of your strength and your story. These words aren't mantras of denial. They're tools for resilience. Not to erase hardship, but to rise within it. Speak them out loud. Write them in a journal. Return to them when the storm returns. Because in moments of struggle, a few grounded words can bring your soul back to center. Conclusion: stand inside the storm. Life will hurt, sometimes suddenly. A loss, a betrayal, a moment that knocks the wind out of you. Other times slowly, like a weight you've carried for years that no one else can see. But here's what the Stoic knows. Pain is not the end. It's the invitation. Not to collapse, but to rise. Not to fake strength, but to build it from the inside out. Endurance isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about standing inside the storm. Maybe trembling, maybe tearful, but choosing to take one more step forward. You don't need to be unshaken to be strong. You just need to keep going. The Stoics didn't promise a painless life. They promised a life where pain doesn't define you. A life where you can suffer without surrendering your soul. A life where your values stay intact, even when everything else feels broken. So if you're hurting right now, you're not broken. You're becoming. You're walking the path the Stoics walked. One step, one breath, one act of courage at a time. Thank you for spending your time with Stoic Wisdom today. If this message moved something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Comment below. I carry pain with strength. Let it be your declaration and a lifeline for someone else who needs to hear it today. Share this video with a friend who's going through something hard. You never know the power of a few words at the right moment. Subscribe to the channel if you want more wisdom, more resilience, and more clarity without the fluff. And as always, stay grounded, stay wise, and stay stoic.